when I came into this space, I didn't really understand why men had such a bad view on marriage. I thought it was good. My parents were married. I went from a small school. We had 30 kids in my class. Maybe, at least at the time, because when I got into the space, it was like 4 or 5 years ago. So at the time, like maybe 2 or 3 people from that class, like divorced. So I thought it was all good. I was like, what's the big deal? Why are these guys saying don't get married? And then I started interviewing men, right?
Yeah.
And I started interviewing the guys, and they start telling me their divorce stories. And my first thought was, not all women are like that. And I thought, well, it's just, you guys are just picking these super liberal women. And then I started interviewing guys that did not pick any of those things. I'm talking extreme Muslim, extreme Christian, extreme. I even interviewed a guy from Michael Knowles' church. You know, like he sells the whole marriage. I interviewed a guy that was from his exact Latin Mass church. And it was one of the worst divorce stories I ever heard. Yeah. And I came to the conclusion that marriage is just not a good deal for men.
Yeah. That's how it feels, for sure. What was it? So you wanted me to illustrate it?
Yeah, if you can. It'd be kind of fun.
I mean, the first thing that I would want to do with that would be to make a graph about like how much we force people to stay married.
Okay.
You know, like force versus the quality of the marriage, which I guess maybe I should have switched those. See if I can do it anyway. Quality of marriage. And I think that if you force them an extreme amount, I think I gotta switch this. Quality and force. So if you have like harems and what is it, polygyny? I can't remember what it was called. Then I think that the quality of marriage is pretty low. And if you have a certain amount of force, the quality gets higher. And then if you have none, it gets low again. So like at 0, it's low.
Okay.
And at maximum, it's also low. But somewhere in here is like, you can't marry the guy if your dad doesn't want you to.
Okay.
And you have to stay married. If you get married, you have to have a good reason. And if you cheat, you lose everything. Like there has to be constraints at some level of constraint. I don't know what exactly the level is, but at some level of you get punished if you're bad in your marriage and you break your vows. I think that is not only happier for both husband and wife, but also better for society.
I want to give the men an opt-out clause.
Wait a minute, what about?
I want to add in can the men get an opt-out clause? Not the women.
Opt out for what?
Hear me out. Have you ever seen like a woman in a marriage that doesn't want to be there? And they're just like the devil. They hold that man back so much. The attitude, the nag, it just, I know so many men like this. That's the other thing. When you get red pilled, you start to realize how disrespectful even normal wives are. Yeah. And you're like, why is she doing that? You know,
did you ever see like Everybody Loves Raymond?
I didn't, but I can think of other shows maybe that I saw that probably had similar concepts you're going to get at. Right.
Yeah. That was the whole thing in the sitcoms in the last, few decades was like, oh, my wife, she's in charge and she hates me and everything's terrible. And that's just what people were writing about because that's what they were experiencing. And I really don't know. I don't know what you're supposed to do with that other than just like impress your wife again, but it can be very difficult to do. You have to
impossible. I mean, Tom Brady just got divorced. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like what happens when you get bored of Tom Brady? How does he Tom Brady even harder? It can't. Yeah. You just need to switch. You just need someone new. Something that I've been thinking about for a while is how could we redesign marriage contracts to fit the way that just like human nature and the way that society has loosened up. And I've heard of things like 4-year marriage contracts. Mm-hmm. So that's long enough to have a kid and raise it to the point where you don't have to watch it every day. Mm-hmm. or something like that. And then that would help people avoid that whole, like, my wife won't look at me in the eye thing that happens to, like, what is it?
Ooh.
Half of men.
It could be like the draft where you get
Yeah.
traded.
Yeah. Yeah. Like a government mediated wife swapping.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to have to get creative.
Like a review system.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Like star ratings.
Yeah, but I just came to the conclusion. I was like, I don't know why a guy would do it. I really don't.
Yeah. I mean, I know the answer as to why. It's, usually it's a guy who knows that he's not ever going to get anyone that good again. So he has to do what she says. Even though he knows he's going to burn everything, there's a 50% chance that he's going straight down the tubes. Like, it's not necessarily that they don't know what the risk is. It's just they go, okay, 50% chance I lose everything, or 100% chance I never find a woman like this again.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
And so that's how you'd illustrate it, though. You do like a quality versus force.
Yeah, that would be
Okay.
was my first idea for that particular concept. I would get out my colors and everything, and I would say quality of marriage versus the amount of force applied to the marriage. And then I forgot if you said anything else in there.
No, it's just a marriage isn't a good deal for men. That's pretty
It
much
doesn't.
the end
Yeah,
concept. Yeah.
it doesn't seem like it. The last girl I dated wanted to get married really fast, and I was considering it. But it was absolutely terrifying. It was like, it was just the exact thing that I said. Like, I'm getting older, and this girl, she was pretty cool. And I was like, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Like, I just got famous and I just got all this stuff going for me. Do I want to sign up for 50%? So yeah, it's terrifying. I don't know how to deal with it.
Well, do you think you would do it?
I was feeling like there was a good chance that I might. I was feeling like there was, like, I was leaning towards, like, something. It felt like 50%. It felt like 50% going through with it.
Want more math? Go to itishomemath.com and get the newsletter for insider updates, more videos, and other stuff.